What limits you? Too small. Rethink your limits.
This is the OPS pregame report.
On a picturesque night in southwest Allen County, we're ready to say goodbye to the month of August with a crosstown showdown between two rivals. Tonight is volleyball night in Fort Wayne as the Snider Panthers take on the Homestead Spartans. Good evening and welcome back to Spartan Arena. I'm Anthony Gery, joined alongside my counterpart Noah Lancz and Noah Johanningsmeier down on the floor. And Noah, boy, is it exciting to be up here in the booth, getting a chance to announce for one of the best Homestead volleyball teams in recent memory.
And even though this team lost a lot of talented seniors a year ago, they've really rebuilt from their lower classes. Those sophomore and junior classes are really strong for this team, but don't be fooled, they have a really solid senior core as well.
And now let's take a deeper look at this 2022 squad and see exactly why this is a start considered to many what would be a very special season. As it stands right now, the Spartans have an 8-1 record, but when we take a deeper look at that record, the thing that really stands out is that Homestead has already defeated 3 teams this year that they lost to last year in the month of August. Noah, we can assume that these Spartans have truly taken that step as a successful volleyball franchise.
And they've really been able to click so well this year as a team. Just a year ago, getting those 3 losses where they weren't competitive, and this season they just dominated those 3 teams. You see they've been perfect at home this year. They'll look to extend that perfect record here tonight.
And one of the biggest storylines following this team this year has been the dominance from sophomore outside hitter Addie Tyndall. She has been putting up some outstanding numbers all season. It was recently ranked 11th in the entire nation for the class of 2025 by Volleyball Prep.
And you'll see here tonight why she is so good. She just towers over everybody. She leads the team in kills just as a sophomore, and she is well deserving of her ranking. She ever gets up by that net, you better watch out.
She is truly a talented and special star in the making. Only a sophomore standing at 6'2". She will be somebody to watch tonight. With that, we're going to take a quick break here on the OPS pregame show. When we come back, Noah Johanningsmeier will talk with Coach Holtzclaw, and we'll bring you the first serve of tonight's contest. You're watching Homestead Volleyball right here on Homestead Live.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena. Tonight, it's the Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans. I'm Anthony Gery alongside Noah Lancz, and now let's send it down to sideline reporter Noah Johanningsmeier, who's standing by with Coach Jessica Holtzclaw.
And thank you, Anthony and Coach. The Spartans right now are 1 win away from an unbeaten record at home in the month of August. What do they have to do tonight to finish the month unbeaten?
They're going to need to serve really well tonight. They're going to have to back each other up on defense. Our attackers need to put the ball away every time they go up and not wait for second chances. Our block needs to be really strong tonight on that right side, but otherwise I think they're going to have a pretty good game.
Thank you, Coach. And back to you, Anthony.
Thank you, Noah. And just like Coach Holtzclaw said, Homestead, they're going to have to serve well. This is a Snider team that returns the serve very well. So that is going to be just a very important key to success for the Spartans.
And Ellie Spang has been their best server this season. She's had 13 aces, 15.3% ace rate as well. So she's going to be really adamant in this successful Spartan.
And the 8-1 Spartans, looking to stay undefeated at home in the month of August, will send these 7 players out there tonight to get things started. Ellie Spang, the libero for the Spartans, a very experienced senior. Addie Tyndall, the sophomore that we talked about, who is just dominating this season. Hannah Brown, the middle blocker. Isabel Lubia, also a middle blocker. Haley Biedenbach, the setter. Taylor Mahler, the forward. And Kendall Fry, the outside hitter.
And this team is just going to be really important to get out to a fast start. And for Snider, they're going to have to slow the Spartans down as much as possible.
And they will. This lineup has been very good for the Spartans so far this year. Of course, going 8-1, one of their best starts in a long time. With that, we're going to take one final break here on the OPS pregame show. When we come back, it'll be time for the first serve of tonight's game.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits. Rethink your limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena as both teams are doing their final show of sportsmanship before the start of tonight's game between the Snider Panthers and the Homestead Spartans. And Noah, you can feel the energy in the air. Snider, of course, looking to get a huge win on the road at Homestead. Right now they only stand at 1-6, but this win would be huge for the program.
It really would be. They're coming off their first win of the season, just their last game. If they could pull off an upset against the Spartans, it would be huge. But in order to do that, they're going to have to get out to a quick start, because if the Spartans get out early, it's going to be really hard for the Panthers to come back.
That's right, and a trend that we've seen with Homestead throughout this year is the first set is not always their strongest set. They usually pick things up in the second, third, or fourth sets. So Snider, they have to take advantage of that. If they want to have a chance in this ballgame, they're going to need to strike hard in this first set.
They really do. They cannot let the Spartans get into the rhythm. Like you were mentioning, it takes them a little bit of time. So if they could maybe steal that first set, get a little bit momentum going on their side, they could have a good chance.
The energy is in the building, as it looks like it's going to be Nicole Smotherman from the Snider Panthers serving first. Homestead student section wearing blue tonight, here to support their 8-1 girls, their 10th game of the season.
And trying to continue their home winning streak, still undefeated to this point, the Spartans are. So it'd be another good win, just keep their great season rolling.
Snider to serve first into the game. Comes the libero for Snider, Kiera Aguirre. And now Nicole Smotherman goes back to kick this game off. Serve is up, and we've started. Tyndall with the dig to start, and Fry sets up a beautiful kill to start the game. There's the demanding Homestead start that they were looking for.
And it was assisted by Haley Bienenbach. She has been so good assisting her teammates, leading the team. And then as well, Addie Tyndall was getting involved there with the dig.
Fry starts the serving for Homestead. Snider hits that one out of bounds. It's going to be Mariah Sordelay for the Panthers, hitting that one a little bit too long. Fry goes back to serve again. Over the net, set up, little tap over the net. Set up for Taylor Mahler. Kept alive by the Panthers. That ball off the roof. Officials not calling it, but a great block there by Abigail Romulus for the Snider Panthers, leading the team in blocks with 3 this season.
Great job by her just to get involved there and keep it alive.
An air by Kendall Fry on that serve gives Snider their first point of the game. Back to serve now is Sordelay for the Panthers.
This is where the Panthers are going to have to take advantage whenever they get a chance to serve.
Fry keeps that in. Mahler off the side of the block, and a point for Homestead.
No chance after that first deflection.
Spang back to serve this one. Over the net, nice low serve. And a block by Addie Tyndall. She is just so tall. The way she was able to get up above that net, sending that one the other way.
And that's got to be something the Panthers are going to have to adjust to in this one. Not too many times you see a player like Addie Tyndall across the net from you. You've got to change your game plan up and can't just hit it right into her.
Spang from the right side. Another low serve. Just a kill and another block. That one out of bounds off of Ava Tyndall.
A good job there by Smotherman to just get that kill going, and then Tyndall unable to caress it inbounds.
Romulus the server. Tyndall serves it or spikes it out of bounds. Too long. And another point for Snider. Romulus again. Set up by Biedenbach. Oh, and what a nice touch by Ava Tyndall.
That was a great court recognition there by Ava Tyndall. She saw Snider going up for the block and just put it right over their hands. Just a great heads-up play there.
First substitution of the game. In comes Natalie Blofis to serve, and it's too long. Snider staying close in this one. That's what they want to see.
They've really done a good job to this point. It's been a lot of unforced errors, though, for the Spartans. They've had 2 bad serves and then a missed kill by Addie Tyndall earlier.
It's Belle Lubia hitting that one over the net for the Spartans. And a nice little dump over the net. Spang sets it up for Lubia. Great dig. Blofis now to Tyndall. And a huge save by McGuire. What a point for Snider. Homestead just couldn't hold on.
And that was a great point, really, by both teams, but Snider getting the huge point in the end, and you can kind of see the momentum shifting.
6-5 Spartans lead. Blofis sets up Tyndall, and that one off of Kiera Aguirre. Another kill for Addie Tyndall.
And adding to her leading kills for the team. She's just so strong, and when she's spiking it down, there's very little chance you're going to return it.
Tyndall back to serve, following up that kill. Serves it over to the right side. And Snider not able to get that one back over the net. Homestead's point.
That's something Snider's really going to have to avoid if they want to win this one. They cannot have any errors like that.
Tyndall serves a hard serve. Still in. Romulus over the net. Blofis sets it up. Some chaos, but Snider keeps it alive. Blofis again to Fry with the kill.
And so far, Spartans have done a great job setting up their teammates for those assists there. And then just the kills, they've been really hard for the Panthers to control.
Tyndall back to serve again. 9-5 Spartans in the first set. That one is ace for Addie Tyndall. A beautiful placement.
She's only got 5 aces on the season, but right there, just like you said, great placement and really nowhere that the Panthers could have gone to get it.
Just out of reach of Kiera Aguirre. Tyndall again to Aguirre. Keeps it in. And hit over the net. Blofis for the set to Lubia with a nice tap. And they're going to call a net violation on Snider. Homestead's point.
Spartans have won 5 points in a row now, and it's all been with Tyndall serving. The Panthers got it to 1-point game, but ever since then, Spartans have been pulling away.
And a miscommunication by the Panthers leading to another Spartan point. You know, head coach Andrew Dunn is not happy with the lack of discipline on the team.
And because of that, looks like he's going to call a timeout, try to regroup his team.
Homestead right now leads 12-5 after the first set, or during the first set.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Homestead High School. Homestead leads in set 1, 12-5 over the Snider Panthers. Spartans trying to get their 9th win of the season for their best August start since as long as it's been recorded on Max Preps. Spang sets it up for Fry. And Snider gets the point, tipped it over the net.
Panthers finally able to stop that Spartan run. The Spartans had won 6 in a row there.
Serving for the Panthers. Beautiful hit, but kept alive by Snider. Aguirre over the net. Bluffus sets up for Mahler, and Snider unable to keep it alive.
Just another great job there by Lubia, just tipping it over instead of spiking it, catching the Panthers off guard once again.
Ava Tyndall back to serve. And a perfectly placed serve for an ace for Ava Tyndall.
And she only had one ace coming into this game, so great for her to get her second one. Not something that she specializes in necessarily, but a great serve there.
Snider trying to work their way back into it, but that hit too long. And out of bounds, another point for the Spartans as they continue their run.
And another unforced error. Spartans continuing to pull away. They've gone on a 9-1 run here in the set, now 10-1. So the Panthers really struggling at this moment. Spartans doing their best to not let the Panthers get back in it.
And Coach Holtzclaw said in the pregame show that all Homestead needed to do was serve well out of the gates, and they are doing that for sure. 4 aces so far. Snider hitting that one too long. That's Mariah Sordelay unable to keep that one in the playing field. Tyndall back to serve again. Gets it over. That one back over. Fry delivers a blow. What a kill by Kendall Fry, taking advantage of the long pass.
Just way too powerful there. If it's going to go over the net or not. Great awareness, though, by Fry.
And a kill attempt too low there for Ciara Sims for the Panthers. Continuing Homestead's run, 19-6. 6 more points till the Spartans take set 1. Tyndall over the net. That one almost too long. Fry keeps it alive. And Brown gets it over the net. Burton off the hands of Ava Tyndall, and now Snider is back in business.
And Tyndall might have been able to let that one go there. Couldn't tell if it was going to be out. See it here, but finally stopping Homestead on another run there.
Aguirre delivers an ace, a perfectly placed ball by Kiara Aguirre, her 8th ace on the season. Aguirre to serve again, and barely kept alive by Hannah Brown. Romulus unable to get that ball over the net. Homestead up to 20.
And just 5 points away now for the Spartans till they take this first set. They've been typically pretty slow out the gate, but so far in this one doing a really good job.
Biedenbach back to serve for the first time tonight. And delivers one. A nice low one. Snider unable to convert on that one. Romulus hits that into the net.
You mentioned it earlier, how Coach Holtzclaw was talking about how important serving was going to be, and we've really seen it so far in this first set. Serving has really been controlling the game.
And a wonderful dig by Addie Tyndall to keep this alive. Romulus delivers a beautiful kill. The dig didn't matter. What a nice tap by Abigail Romulus over the net.
And like you said, really good job. Just even though that dig came back and they Panthers weren't necessarily expecting the ball to come back over to their side. Great job to keep their heads in the play.
Smotherman to serve for the Panthers. Tyndall, bad hit. Fry keeps the play alive. And a nice dump over the net by Romulus again. Back-to-back plays.
Just right in between all the Spartans defenders where they could not get it. Great job by Romulus to place it where no one else could get it.
It's great awareness by the sophomore.
Now the Spartans there with a little bit of an unforced error. Hannah Brown just unable to get it over the net. Not something you've seen too much from the Spartans, though, in this one, as it's been their serves and kills that have really got them out to this 10-point lead.
Nicole Smotherman to serve for the Panthers. Snider's now completed a full rotation on their serves. That one hits the net. Really good serve. Fry for the kill. That one hit back over. And now a little bit of confusion. The official is going to say that it hit the wire on the top of the roof, which will make it Homestead's point. Fry to serve. McGuire with nice little dump there by Smotherman. Once again, catching the Spartans off guard.
That was a great play by Smotherman there. Spartans expecting a set there by her and just fooling them, just tipping it right over.
Second time Spartans have been fooled on a little dump. Mahler hits a beautiful kill, barely inbounds, just stayed inside the line. What a nice hit by Taylor Mahler.
And that's her second kill of this one. When she's in there, the Panthers better watch out because she's coming for them.
Taylor Mahler with 45 kills on the season heading into this game. Spang back to serve. Over the net, a nice little hit. Biedenbach sets it up for Tyndall, who delivers the kill. The student section is loving it. Everyone knows that she is an absolute star in the making.
And just another setup there by Biedenbach right to Tyndall. Tyndall's third kill of the game.
An untimely error by Snider, and that's going to give Homestead the first set. Spartans win 25-12 at the end of one set.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits. Rethink
Welcome back to Spartan Arena as we are getting ready for the second set of play between the Homestead Spartans and the Snider Panthers. Noah, what did you see out of Homestead in that first set? How were they able to get up to this win 25-12 and get up to this 1-0 lead?
Well, it's really what Coach Holtzclaw was talking about pregame. The serves is what was going to get them to their undefeated month here at home in August for the Spartans, and that's exactly what it was in that first set. They did a really good job with their serves.
They did an amazing job with their serves, Snider being unable to return any of them. Or so it seemed.
And then even when they did, Spartans had a really good awareness to try to catch them off guard. Their kills were very strong, putting in places where the Panthers had a hard time to return them.
Now as we head into this one, Ellie Spang substitutes into the game for Ava Tyndall. Now Biedenbach goes back to serve for the Spartans. And a beautiful ace to start the set out of the hands of Layla Aguirre and Olivia Hopkins.
And Biedenbach, even though she only has 9 aces on the season coming into this one, she's already gotten 2 in this game. The team has really been stepping up their serves.
And what a beautiful hit by Chiara Sims. That was an amazing hit with a lot of pace. Homestead unable to return it.
Really was just a great job there, and Hannah Brown got her hands on it. Mahler was diving for it, but in the end, no one able to get to it for the Spartans.
Smotherman serves that one into the net, giving the serve right back to the Spartans. Kennedy Sipe now subs into the game for the Spartans. Kendall Fry comes out. Sipe, a senior, sit across the net. Sets up a hit, Spang keeps it in. Biedenbach with the set, nice little tap, kept alive by Snider. Strong hit and a beautiful hit by the junior Layla Aguirre.
And the Panthers are coming out firing right now. They're 2 points, both coming off of kills. Just spiking it so hard that the Spartans are having a really hard time at returning them.
And you can tell the confidence is just through the roof right now for Snider. They're hitting it with so much more confidence. It's Kennedy Sipe keeps it alive with the dig. Nice little tap down by Mahler. Still in. And a double hit called on Chiara Sims. Will be Homestead's point.
And we were talking about it in the first set, but if the Panthers want to have a chance in this one, they've got to play almost a perfect game. They cannot be having unforced errors like that.
Spang to serve. She was very successful last time she was serving. One hit over by the libero Aguirre. And now Addie Tyndall delivers a beam, and Snider can't keep it alive. Another kill for Addie Tyndall.
And that is just beautiful to watch there by the Spartans. 3 main players coming together, starting with Ellie Spang with the dig over to Biedenbach, who sets it up perfectly for the kill by Tyndall.
And that's why Haley Biedenbach is the setter on the team, as that one is hit out of bounds by Olivia Hopkins.
And even though the Panthers had success with those kills, they've got to be a little careful at trying to go for them too many times. They had good success in that first set with those little dumps.
Strong hit. Tipped up and kept alive. Addie Tyndall goes for the kill again. That one's kept alive. Sipe with a beautiful dig, and Spang gets it over the net. These teams firing back and forth right now. Hopkins delivers it into the net for a Spartan point.
And both teams did a great job there just to keep it alive. Kennedy Sipe with the main dig there just to keep it alive for the Spartans, but in the end, Hopkins unable to get it over the net.
Nice serve, powerful serve, and some miscommunication between the Snider Panthers Those unforced errors are really hurting them right now.
And once again, the Spartans are starting to pull away, coming off of one person serving. They've got 5 in a row, all of them with Ellie Spang back there as their server.
Spang leads the team in aces on the season. A nice hit over the net. They're going to say that one went around the pole on the outside, Spartan point.
As you can see, just recently for the Spartans, they've done pretty well with teams around here. Close one against Warsaw, but still able to come out with the win in it.
And that game against Warsaw was a huge victory. We talked about avenging the losses from last year, and that was a huge one that they avenged.
It really was. We mentioned it in the pregame. Warsaw, Concordia, and Leo were the 3 teams that they lost to a year ago that they've beaten this year. Just showing you how much of a turnaround this team has had just in one season.
Now there's discussion about whether or not that last hit was in or if it was too long. Line coach Nick Bile going over to talk to the official.
It looked like Kennedy Sipe was the person in question, whether or not it hit her hand there. Just trying to determine if that's the reason the ball went out or it was just long anyways.
They will say that it did hit her hand. So now Kiera Aguirre goes back to serve. Hits the net. Sipe digs it, keeps it alive. Mahler for the spike. And another kill for Taylor Mahler.
That's already her 3rd kill of this game. She's caught up to Addie Tyndall, both them leading the team with 3 kills in this one. Both taller players for the Spartans, and they're using that height to their advantage.
Tyndall 6'2", Mahler 6'1". Mahler has 45 kills on the season entering this game. Tyndall with 102.
And that's why Tyndall's been so good. It's not even that that's the only part of her game. She's really good at returning as well, getting the digs. She's just able to reach a lot of balls that other people can't.
And there she is again. There's just no match. You could just hear the power on that shot. Almost knocked down a tripod.
Getting the digs. It really just comes off differently off of her hand. Like you said, you can hear it. It's just a different sound how powerful that ball seems to be coming down. I would not want to get in the way of it.
Tyndall now back to serve. Last time she was serving, Homestead went on a very long run. Set up way too long. That will be a Homestead point. Maya Hairston unable to keep that one in play.
And Hairston, she hasn't been in the game too much in this one, but right now she just came in most recently for Olivia Hopkins.
And that one will be a kill. Sorry, an ace for Addie Tyndall off the hands of Kiera Aguirre.
And last time Tyndall was serving, the Spartans went on a 6-0 run. They'll look to do it again here.
So far, 2 in. Tyndall hits another serve with a lot of power. Bounces off the roof, still in play. Dig. Blofis sets it up. And it's tipped. What a tip by Nicole Smotherman. Amazing awareness. Realizing that Kendall Fry was going for the soft touch shot.
And Fry just trying to trick the Panthers there, but as you mentioned, Smotherman, great awareness there to realize what was going on. That one must have hit the line there. It looked really close to whether or not it was in.
Very close call. Line judge said it was in. Fry hits it in, avenging that last point. Ava Tyndall back to serve. Ava and Addie Tyndall, twin sisters. 2 inches separate them. That serve goes straight into the net.
And Tyndall had done pretty well when she was in this game earlier. She had an ace when she was serving before that time, unable to repeat what she did.
Romulus, the serve. Blofis sets it up for Kendall Fry with a powerful shot.
And Fry avenging herself there. Last time Smotherman was able to get in the way, but Fry just rising above there. She has 53 kills going into this one.
What an amazing hit by Kendall Fry, and she is one of the three-headed snakes that are on this Spartan attack, at least from a kills perspective. We've talked about Addie Tyndall, we've talked about Taylor Mahler, but Kendall Fry is in there just as much. Fry bumps it over the net, back to Snider. See, can they set something up? And they can! A nice hit from Ciara Sims.
And just great placement there by Sims. You could see it from here. The Spartans had no chance at getting to that one. Just towards the back left corner. And if Addie Tyndall can't get it, nobody's going to be able to.
Nicole Smotherman back to serve. Tyndall with the dig. Biedenbach sets it up for Fry. Oh my goodness, what a hit by Kendall Fry again.
Just Homestead has been so strong on the attack here. Just those kills have been leading them in this set. The first set, it was the serves. This one is the kills.
And correction, that was Hannah Brown with the powerful hit for the Spartan point. Emery Carrico comes into the game for the Spartans. Kennedy Sipe serves an ace once again for Homestead.
And early on both these sets, the Panthers had kept it relatively close to the Spartans, but once the Spartans got past double digits, they've been seemingly pulling away each time.
Nice hit over the net by Sordelay, kept alive by the Spartans. Carrico tips it over. Now Hopkins delivers a beamer, but Spang keeps it alive with the dig. Sordelay again, still in play. Biedenbach with the dig that time. Carrico over the net. Hopkins hits it. Carrico keeps it alive. Spang back. Mahler over the net. A long point. That one tipped over, and Spang can't get to it. Point ends with Snider.
That was a really good point by both sides there. Ellie Spang had a few digs that were just amazing that she even got to. But in the end, a great job by the Panthers to just slow it down. Don't need to spike it every time and just easily tip it over for the point.
And even though that point ended in a Snider point, I mean, that just shows, that last point shows the athleticism that Ellie Spang has. She's going to play at Indy next year, already committed. She's just a true athlete. That last point goes for the Spartans. Hannah Brown comes out. In comes Ava Tyndall. Spang back to serve. One over the net. Set up. Hopkins hits that one way out.
And Hopkins, she'd been out for a little bit after she'd had an errant kill. Once again there, another errant kill by her. And the Spartan lead out to a double-digit lead. It's not looking good for the Panthers in this set.
Something that Olivia Hopkins has struggled with so far this year has been getting those kills. Her hit percentage is negative 27.9%. However, she is only a junior starting for the first time this year. Still learning and adapting to the high school volleyball level. The last point went in Snider's favor. Back goes Kiara Aguirre to serve. Biedenbach sets it up for Mahler, and Snider can't keep it in. Hitting it into the net is Smotherman.
And Smotherman had done a pretty good job up to that point. She'd been up at the net a lot of the times, gotten a few blocks in there, 1 or 2 kills, but that time unable to convert.
Blofis back to serve for the Spartans. Hits that one really hard, and that's out off of Sordelay's hands. It looked like that one was going to snipe the back corner.
And last time Blofis came in to serve, she could not get it over the net this time, avenging herself, staying in it for this one.
You could tell she really wanted to get over the net that time, hitting it to the long side of the court. Does the same thing again, and that time gets a little bit too greedy, goes out of bounds. Snider up to 10.
And they're going to have a really hard time just coming back in this set. Spartans only needing 5 more points, so Snider's going to have to play a perfect rest of the set if they want a chance.
Borton serving. Blofis sets it up for Lubia. Kept alive by Borton. McGuire taps it over. Spang to Carrico. Blocked, and what a block by Abigail Romulus. Her 5th block of the season now.
Just a great job there by Romulus to rise above there and stopping the attempted kill by Tyndall.
Carrico, it's a softie over the net. Romulus jumps a little bit too early and unable to get to it. Just an untimely error that time.
Just right over her hands there for Romulus, and she's the tallest player on this for the Panthers out there today at 5'10". So if no one's going to get to that one, it's going to be really hard.
It may seem like the height is a little bit of a mismatch as Romulus delivers a beautiful kill right into the middle of the Spartan defense.
And getting right back where she left off. Couldn't convert on the kill before, but able to get it there.
And like we were saying, the height difference is noticeable in this one, but that wasn't always the case. Right now, out of the game is Tia Finizzi, Snider's 6'3" outside hitter. Not playing today, out with an injury. So that's definitely hurting the roster a little bit.
Yeah, it's obviously a big loss when your tallest player isn't in, especially when they're up at the net. Just such a big presence whenever you've got somebody that tall.
So far, Snider trying their best to win at the rim. Tyndall taps that one over, and a miscommunication between Aguirre and Sordelay.
We've seen a few times where the Panthers have struggled to call somebody else off, 2 players going for the ball, and then they kind of just look at each other confused on what's going on, something that they're definitely going to need to improve.
Tyndall over the net, a nice dig, kept alive by the younger Aguirre sister. Blofis to Fry! Kendall Fry and Addie Tyndall being on the court at the same time should scare everybody, and this is why.
Fry has just been so powerful in this one. Her kills have been so hard to stop. It's not just how strong she is, she has perfect placement as well.
Romulus hits it over the net, and really good positioning. Tyndall tripped herself up a little bit. Romulus back to serve. Middle blocker still leads the team in kills, though. Blofis, a little bit too high, but perfect for Hannah Brown. She got up there to tip that right into the middle of the court where Snider couldn't reach it.
Yeah, she put that where nobody could get there for the Panthers, and couldn't really tell if that set there was even intentional. As you were mentioning, is a little high, but it didn't matter for Hannah Brown. She was still able to get there.
Biedenbach back to serve. Homestead 1 point away from winning this second set. Delivers a hard serve. Snider still in it, and that will be the end of the second set. A little bit of discussion now, and it will officially be the end of the second set. Homestead holds on to win the second set, 25-14.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Welcome back to Spartan Arena, and now we are having a special presentation. If you can hear the PA, Haley Biedenbach is being awarded. She, in the game against Warsaw here at Spartan Arena, hit a milestone, 1,000 career assists, and keeps her only 60 away from the all-time school record, one achievement by Haley.
And there's a very good chance that she will surpass the school record as well. Just a great accomplishment for Biedenbach, showing you how much of a team player she has been throughout her career.
And look at the student section showing their support, 1,000 career assists. Haley had no idea until just a few moments ago when it was announced, and that this is truly a special moment for Haley.
It really is. You could just see her raw emotion there, not expecting to have this achievement honored here tonight, but regardless, just a great accomplishment by her.
She is completely overjoyed, although she's going to try to hide the emotion a little bit as there's still a third set left to be played, unfinished business for the Spartans. As now the team heads over to the student section, getting the 1,000 posters that were made by her brother to get a picture with them. What a special moment.
It really is. You can just see the support from all the Spartans. They were hyped for her over there in the student section. Now her whole team rallying around her. Just a great accomplishment. Well, as you mentioned, there's still a game to be played. They've got one more set in this one.
And this is just a testament to why, if any year is Homestead's year to get out of the regional, it is this year. This senior core with Haley Biedenbach and Ellie Spang and Kendall Fry, they have put together such a strong core, an experienced core to help guide these younger players, the Tyndall sisters, Taylor Mahler, and Hannah Brown. It's just such a good collective team. As you can see, the team chemistry is through the roof, and together they are very competitive.
Yeah, and they have no problem getting out of the sectional. They've done it for many years in a row, but as you mentioned, it's that regional. Once you get more of those bigger schools competing against you, the Spartans have had their trouble, but like you said, if any year is going to be their year, it's this one.
An amazing team, amazing chemistry. Still one more set left to be played.
What limits you?
Welcome back to Homestead High School as we are just moments away from the start of set number 3. Right now, Homestead leads 2-0 in 2 sets. Last one was won by the Spartans 25-14 as now the starters go back out onto the court.
Just been complete dominance in this one by the Spartans. That first set, it was their serves that got them out to their big lead. This one, it's been the second set, it was the kills. We'll see if they have a combination of them both here in the third set.
Snider is really going to need to play a perfect set if they want to have a chance of coming back in this one. But right now, all the momentum lies with the Spartans.
And they've really had too many unforced errors, miscommunications in this one that's not allowed them to have any chance in those first 2 sets.
Biedenbach sets it up for Kendall Fry, and there is another assist by Haley Biedenbach while we're on the topic.
And she has 161 coming into this game. She's committed to Bethel. She's showing you why she's been so good.
Kennedy Sipe back to serve. She's done an amazing job serving so far in this game. Not usually getting much playing time, but of course circumstances are allowing, and she is rising up to the occasion. Tyndall delivers a bomb off the hands of Ciara Sims.
And once again, Tyndall just too powerful for anybody to have a chance at returning it. Just a late job there by the Panthers to get up, and she's now got 5 kills on the night.
Burton gets it across for Snider. Taylor Mahler hits a beam. Aguirre kept it alive. A nice save by Mahler there. Tyndall tap over the net. Still in. A long point being played right now. Biedenbach sets it up for Brown. And another high ball reached up into the sky for Brown.
And that just seems like Brown's signature shot. That's the second one that she just kind of tipped over into the middle, just really high, and no chance for the Panthers to return.
Sipe delivered that one along the sideline, and that one off the bottom of Olivia Hopkins' hands. Talked about her low hit percentage earlier and how that's been a struggle for her all season long and continuing to struggle in this game.
And so far, Snider hasn't been able to score in this set. The first 2 sets they've done pretty well overall just to stay competitive for those first few points. Then Homestead tended to pull away. And this one is just Homestead complete dominance.
Mahler delivers that one directly into the net. Snider gets their first point of the set, 4-1 Spartan lead.
We'll see if they can turn it around here. Try to get a few good serves going their way for the Panthers. Maybe they can get in the set.
Biedenbach sets it up. A little tap for Addie Tyndall. And how about that awareness by the sophomore?
And that's really the struggle going against Addie Tyndall. You hear about all these kills she has. You expect her to spike it at you every single time. And then after she does that 10 times in a row, she's just going to tip it right over, catch you right off guard. That's why she is so good.
Side in a nice block by Ava Tyndall. Biedenbach sets it up for Addie Tyndall. And you could not have written that script any better for the Spartans.
Right after she tips it over, she goes right back to that spike. Just no chance for the Panthers to return. Even with Aguirre getting there, she just couldn't get under it.
Spang with a nice serve and a pass too long. They're going to say that Taylor Mahler reached over the net, and it'll be a violation. Snider ball. Sims back to serve. Hit too hard by Tyndall. Biedenbach gets it over the net. Hopkins to Smotherman, and Romulus with the kill.
In a rare time that the Tyndall sisters could not get to that one. Both them up there, but Romulus's kill was just too strong, going right through their hands.
Talked about it earlier. Romulus is the middle blocker for this team, but she kind of takes on that outside hitter role when Snider's on offense, leading the team in kills on the season.
And right now, without Finney, she is the tallest player as well on the court for the Panthers, so she's got to really enforce her will that way.
Romulus again, another kill, and she is stepping up here in this third set.
She seems like she's trying to single-handedly bring the Panthers back in this one. Obviously, she can't do it all by herself. Her teammates are setting her up well, but she's just placing it really well when she's getting the chance.
Addie Tyndall hits that one a little bit too long. Even the best outside hitters make their errors. Something that's so special about Addie Tyndall is just usually how little she makes errors, with a hit percentage of 26.5%. Now That play is going to be blown dead. Spartan point, double hit called on Snider.
And it was Tyndall there that forced the confusion there for the Panthers. Just once again, not really knowing what to do when the ball is coming at them with her. But Tyndall back again to serve. She's done really well. The Spartans have been going on many long runs with her serving as she picks up another ace. Obviously not her specialty with how tall she is and how often she's up by that net, but just a great serve there.
Borton a little bit confused. The defensive specialist for the Panthers thought that one was traveling out of bounds, but it snuck its way in the corner. Tyndall with the serve right to the libero. Borton over the net and perfectly placed. That is Tessa Borton's first kill of the entire season, and you can tell she is overjoyed.
Yeah, it seems like the Panthers knew that as well, as they all celebrated with her right after that. But just a great placement there by Borton, putting it right in between Spartans defenders where they could not get it.
Right in the middle, that is the death spot for defenses. Spang with a beautiful dig, kept alive by Blofis and Tyndall, blocked there by Fry, over the net, and Tyndall taps that one down.
And Ava Tyndall, even though she's 2 inches shorter than her sister, she's got a very good presence up by that net as well. You saw her there just getting up at that net multiple times during that last point.
Romulus hits that one into the top of the net a little bit too soft. Tried to fool the Spartans. Just didn't hit it with enough pace.
And she done relatively well until that last one in this set, enforcing her will, especially when she's going for those kills, but unable to convert, obviously, on that one.
And a wonderful block from Hannah Brown.
So far, Hannah Brown seemingly can get anything that's coming her way. We've seen her get 2 really high sets that went to her, and she's able to convert on those and rising above all others on that one to stop the kill.
Hannah Brown only listed at 5'10", but she has an amazing vertical. 16 blocks heading into this game, certainly helping those statistics. Smotherman hits that kill a little bit too high. Traveling into the stands. Ava Tyndall hits a floater, no spin. Horn over the net, blocked by Lubia that time. Still kept alive. Sayla Kolpin into the game, sets it up for Fry. Guire with the bump. Over to Sordelay, who hits it too long.
Spartans again pulling away. Once they get to those double digits there, they've got a really good chance at pulling away for the set.
And 2 other seniors that we didn't mention earlier, Sayla Kolpin and Natalie Blofis, also key parts of this senior core. As you see, Kolpin into the game as a defensive specialist right now. Blofis in as the setter for Biedenbach. That one, an ace off the hands of Sayla Kolpin.
The Panthers trying to claw their way back into this set here. They had been down 8. Now they've won 2 in a row, but this has typically been the point in the first 2 sets at least where the Spartans have been pulling away, going on those 5, 6, 7-point runs.
Sordelay with a nice hit, kept alive by Kolpin. Fry hits it over the net. Set up for Sordelay again. Kolpin back over, a dump by Blofis. Fry now with a nice tap and a beautiful placement again. Borton unable to get to it.
And Spartans, just like you mentioned, great placement, great awareness there of her surroundings there. Fry, she's done really well spiking in this one, but they're just easily tapping it over for the easy point.
Biedenbach into the game. That one a little bit too long on the serve. Smart play by Layla Aguirre, letting that one go. Layla Aguirre, a junior, battling an injury on her right leg right now as Smotherman goes back to serve. And Colpin lets that one go, but a perfectly placed serve by Nicole Smotherman for her 5th ace of the season.
And Smotherman, she's had her ups and downs in this one, but overall, her and Romulus have seemed to be the 2 leading players, with Finnessy out in this one. There, another errant play, though, by her. So right after she makes a good play, just making a little bit of a mistake there, but we were mentioning it earlier. Panthers really can't have many mistakes if they want to come back and win a set.
Smotherman, a senior leader on this Snider team, as Sipe serves it. Hit over the net. Biedenbach sets it up for Kendall Fry, and that one sent off the hands of Aguirre into the stands.
Fry imposing her will once again. She's been so dominant in this one. It's been her, Tyndall, and Mahler who've been so strong. You mentioned earlier the 3-headed dragon of them, just so good with those kills.
Brown sets it up for Mahler, and a nice dig by Smotherman, keeping it alive. A cut shot by Borton, and that's going to be Snider's point. Correction, that was Sordelay. Sordelay just got the last point, serves it across. Biedenbach sets it up for Mahler, and a wonderful block. How about that from Maya Hairston? And Snider is starting to find their stride. Just got the last point.
They're doing much better right now in this set. At this point, it's their most points that they've had in the set. They only had 12 in the first one, already matching that, 14 in the second one.
Tyndall, 2 amazing saves by Aguirre, and that one just hit over by Hairston. But how about the effort from Kiera Aguirre?
Aguirre's just done a great job in this game. The libero for the Panthers, she's done a really good job being one of the main points for the Panthers.
Now, Savvy Walker, the freshman on JV, comes into the game for the Spartans. Tell them trying to test out their youth as Addie Tyndall delivers a nice hit, but saved again by the Panthers. Tyndall again, and it's another dig for Aguirre. Shot and a dig for Spang. Back and forth, kept alive by Sipe. Biedenbach to Tyndall, the tap, and it's blocked. What a play by Olivia Hopkins to get that block, and now the Snider side has some life.
And they've got a lot of energy on their side after that one. Just a great point overall, going back and forth there. Panthers just able to last out longer.
As Yara Sims comes out of the game, she was side by side with Olivia Hopkins on that block. That hit a little bit too long for Jensen Miguel of the Panthers.
These two teams just trading points right now. I'm sure the Spartans have no problem in that, but the Panthers obviously are going to have to go on a run or two if they want to get back in this one, as the Spartans are only 6 points away from winning it.
Back into the game is libero Kiera Aguirre. She's been the defender of Addie Tyndall's spikes this entire set. A cut hit attempt by Olivia Hopkins goes into the net. Homestead up to 20. 5 points away from winning this game.
Hopkins to this point has really struggled in this one. Her hit percentage negative 27.9. Right now you're seeing why.
Hopkins, the hit tipped off of Homestead. Lubia with the hit, and that one goes just out of bounds off the net, a couple inches higher, and that would have been perfect.
It really would have been. That deflection off the net is what caused it to go higher and out there. but still trading points again with the Panthers. No problem for the Spartans.
And now continuing the storyline of youth. Coming into the game is Madeline Sipe, the sophomore for the Spartans, defensive specialist. Homestead now has a lot of young talent in this game. That hit a little bit too long. Coming out of the game is Kennedy Sipe. She got one play to stand side by side with her younger sister. Addie Tyndall back to serve. It's a low serve. Over the net, blocked. Lubia set by Blofis, and Fry delivers a beam, but it's still alive. And they're gonna say that it was a double hit by Maya Hairston. Upcoming schedule for the Homestead Spartans on September 1st. They will be at Bishop Dwenger, a game that they lost last year. Belmont for a tough competition on the 6th. And then Columbia City, a nice 3-game road streak for the Spartans, where, of course, they will try to go 3-0. That is some tough competition, some of the best teams in the area.
It really is. And like you mentioned, 3 games in a row on the road. That's where their only loss has come. They've been so good here at home. Obviously, they are much more comfortable, but it's not like they've struggled too much on the road, but those are going to be really 3 important games that are going to test how good the Spartans are.
Smotherman, Blofis sets it up, and some miscommunication. Blofis thought that Savvy Walker, the freshman, was going to be on the other side of her. Miscommunication.
Regardless, though, Spartans just 2 points away from wrapping this one up. Aguirre's going to come back in now. Layla Aguirre, that is the younger sister, to serve and try to get the Panthers back in it.
Blofit sets it up for Fry. Delivers a nice hard spike. Smotherman over to Sordelay. Blofis for Lubia. And kept alive by Aguirre. Off the block. Walker up and gets it across. Well-placed ball. Point stays alive. And that one blocked by Lubia. Officials having a bit of a discussion, and they're going to say it is Homestead point, bringing them up to 24, knocking on the door of a 9-1 start to the season.
And now the Spartan student section is starting to get a little bit louder, holding up ones. Just 1 point away. You see the JV team there as well, holding up their one.
Madeline Sipe comes out of the game, and it's going to be the freshman Savvy Walker to serve for what could be the final point. And it's an ace! To end the game, Savvy Walker with an ace. Homestead wins in 3 sets.
What a way for the Spartans to end it. The freshman, part of the future of the Spartans, finishing it off for them here.
And no better way to end it than with the freshman in the big moment delivering. Homestead wins this one in 3 sets. Last set being 25-14. And as you can see, Snider, they progressed. They got a little bit better throughout the game. First set, they only had 12. Second, 14. Last one, 15. But Homestead, either way, not letting either of them be close. And now we're going to send it down to Noah Johanningsmeier, who's standing by with Haley Biedenbach.
Thanks, Anthony. I'm here with Haley. And Haley, you guys had a dominant performance tonight, winning 3-0. How were you able to get it done tonight?
We've worked this year to play as a team. We're really united. We all get along super well. So our connections on the court are awesome. So far we've had a really good season. And Snider's not a bad team, so we came out strong and got it done.
And tonight you were honored for 1,000 career assists. Just talk about how it's been with the Homestead program these past 4 years.
It's been awesome. They gave me a shot to play a little bit, even my freshman year, so I've had a lot of experience. I'm so thankful for the coaches for the opportunity to play for this long. And I'm so thankful for my hitters that have helped me get 1,000 assists.
And you guys it's been well documented that this is a historic start for the Spartans this season. How good can you guys be this year?
We should be awesome. I think we've made it to regionals the past few years. I know we have a much better shot at regionals this year, and hopefully even getting to state.
All right. Thank you, Haley. And back to you, Anthony.
Thank you, Noah. And like we talked about earlier, this could be Homestead's best shot ever to get past the regional.
It really could be. This team is so good. Obviously, they've got Addie Tyndall, the 11th best player in the nation in her class, but it's not just her. They've got other players, the main seniors, Ellie Speng, Haley Biedenbach, and Kendall Fry, who've been so strong. You saw it here tonight, and they've got a really good chance at making a postseason run.
Something that really stood out to me tonight was just how uniform Homestead is. Everybody on that team knows their role. Haley Biedenbach knows she's the setter. Natalie Blofus knows she's the setter. And just everyone, it worked so well, especially, with all the seniors knowing what they're doing. It just flows like magic.
Yeah, they're just playing in unison tonight, and that's what we've seen all season for them. You heard Haley say that they're a really close group, and chemistry really does matter for a team if you want to make a deep run.
And with that, we're going to wrap up tonight's volleyball game. Final score, Spartans win 3-0. Thank you for watching tonight. On behalf of our entire broadcasting crew, Noah Lancz and Noah Johanningsmeier, I'm Anthony Gery signing off and wishing you a splendid evening.